Welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. I've recently received some wonderful compliments about how toned and fit my arms look. And this has been from viewers like you, as well as loved ones that have seen me in person and commented on how toned my arms looked. And this really prompted me to talk about it today because one of the comments that was left recently on a YouTube video, I believe it was my meal prepping one. If I can find the comment, I will put it in here. But the person had commented, the viewer had commented on how defined my arms looked, and basically how it was worded led me to believe that she believed that my arms look so toned and defined as a result of changing something about my workout routine. And that really prompted me to talk about it here on YouTube to kind of educate you on toned arms and why someone can look more toned and defined than maybe they did the last time that you saw them. A lot of people do believe that this has to do with their weight training routine. And while, yes, clearly to have that type of muscle tone and definition, the person would definitely have had to put their time in the weight room by doing resistance training and strength training. And I'm a big believer in actually using weights. There's many ways that you can get toned and defined, but I have found personally, and when I used to personal train clients in their home or office, that we got the best results by spending the majority of the strength training done with actual physical weights. So that would be your dumbbells or your barbells versus using machines that you would see in a gym versus using resistance bands, which we always complimented to get those small muscle fibers and to build some muscle endurance. But to really get tone and definition, I truly find, and I still believe, that picking up weights is going to be the majority of the time that you spend. The majority of your time will be spent picking up the weights, and all of those other components for exercise are just added bonuses that can, again, usually hit those smaller muscle fibers. So let me also share that, yes, I do agree that my upper body and really my entire body looks more toned and fit right now. And that is not a result of changing anything about my workout or the weights that I'm lifting. Nothing about my exercise routine has changed. I have been putting in the time, and I would say the effort. And although I mix up my workout routine, I would say that I am about 16 years of training the way that I do. So essentially nothing has changed. But what's interesting is I look more toned and defined. Well, let me share with you that that is all diet related. Let me repeat that. That is all diet related. What you are seeing is a result of my diet. So if anything, I've backed off on cardio because I don't want my body fat percentage to drop too low, but my routine has stayed exactly the same. Why I look so toned and defined is a result of dropping body fat. So my body fat percentage has gone down. And yes, does your weight go down with that? Yes, it does, okay, because the weight of our body is composed of many things. But yes, your weight will go down as well. You will shrink in size, but that is diet related. I have been preparing for some 3-week intense rebranding photos, and I have a photo shoot coming up in a couple of weeks. So I've been prepping my body for that. Many people would think that I would already be ready year-round for a photo shoot like that, but when you take fitness photos where you are in athletic wear, you are wearing clothing that someone would wear to train in or work out in, you do want your muscles to be more toned and defined looking. And while my muscles are no different today than they were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they're no bigger. There's nothing that's changed. The only thing that has changed is that I have shed fat, so my body fat percentage has gone down, and as a result of that, you will see the hard work that I put in more than you would if I were eating the way that I was. So what's taken place with diet? Well, number one is foregoing celebratory meals. So I'm staying on a clean eating regime. And then it's all about the macronutrient breakdown, the proteins to fats to carbohydrates. That's what creates that look. But you won't see it unless your body fat percentage goes down. So there's plenty of ladies that join 3-week intense that have been training for many years like I do. They have a pretty good solid routine, and they may have the same size muscles that I have. They may be just as toned and fit, but if they have body fat on, a layer of fat covering up those muscles, you won't see them like you will mine. So if you want to see the hard work that you're putting in the gym by lifting those weights, you have to get your body fat percentage down. You have to shed that stored fat. As a result, you'll lose weight, which many people are hung up on the scale number, and that's okay. For me, I don't get too hung up on that. It's all about what I want my physique to look like, because I know that number on the scale, while I do track it and it's a great measure, that is comprised of many components to my body. So it's all about, what does that number mean? What is making that number the way that it is? And I want my muscle mass to be high and my body fat percentage to be low. Many people, it's their body fat that puts that number up there and it exceeds their muscle mass. But again, you may have a lot of muscle mass on your body, but if it's covered with a layer of fat, you're simply not going to see it. So all the more reason to shed the stored fat. Let that be your guide so that you too can be happy and pleased with, let's say, your arms. It's not that you don't have the muscles there if you're training. Again, if you're training, they're there. They are just covered with a layer of fat. You'll probably notice that when you've taken weight off, you do feel like you see some definition more. That's simply because of you shedding the fat. The other misconception that is still around today, although you'd think by now it'd be debunked and women would know better, but you'll still hear someone say, yes, I'd like to lift some weights, but I don't want to get those big muscles. Well, do you see big mammoth manly muscles on my body? Absolutely not. Yet, do I lift heavy weights and am I weight training about 5 to 6 days per week? Yes. And yes, I pick up some heavy weights. So again, that's all diet related. If you've seen ladies who are really big and buff, that's really because of the macronutrient breakdown of their diet that is creating that, along with a heavy supplementation program. So it's not the weights that are giving that illusion of these big mammoth muscles. It's literally diet. So understand how much your diet plays a role in your physique, and let that be a motivator for you to clean up your diet so that you can see the hard work you're putting in the gym. Now, shortly after my photo shoot, I'll be on vacation for a couple of weeks. Well, my eating will look completely different because I'll be doing a lot of celebrating while on vacation. It will be a marathon of celebratory meals, and I celebrate that win because I'm always back on the plan when I come back. Well, I guarantee you, when I come back from vacation, I won't have the same tone and definition appearance that you see today. Because number one, I'm going to be having some celebratory meals, which is going to make my body fat percentage go up. See how it's diet related? So now my muscles will be covered with a little layer of fat. And when I come back home from vacation and I get back on my eating plan where I only take, a few celebratory meals per month, which I haven't been doing. That's why you're seeing what you're seeing. But again, we're working towards a physique, a look to my physique to prepare for the photo shoot. After vacation, I'll probably go back to having 1 to 2 celebratory meals per week, and you won't see the tone and definition, and I'm okay with that. The nice thing is, if I want to see the tone and definition that I'm seeing or more of it like I am today, it's just a matter of the diet, and it takes a long time. I started a rigid, yes, rigid, we do that sometimes, a rigid nutrition plan on Ash Wednesday, Valentine's Day, February 14th. And I've had 3 celebratory meals since then. So my diet has been pretty much completely clean, no alcohol, nothing like that, completely clean. And then I mix up the macronutrient breakdown about every 30 days to keep working towards that physique goal for my upcoming shoot for some rebranding for 3 Week Intense. Speaking of 3 Week Intense, quarter 3 is shortly after I come back from vacation. I believe it's the first full week of July, maybe July 10th. I'll have everything in the description box below this video so that you can learn more about 3 Week Intense if you're new to the program. I run it quarterly. I won't go into any more detail here because I'll talk about it in upcoming videos as we get closer, but it's a wonderful program. And there's a lot of coaching and a lot of connecting with other ladies on this journey of wanting better health and wellness for the long term. So we'd love to have you. Many women come back. We even have men that join with their wives. I encourage you to do it. It's a great way to hold yourself and your partner accountable, but I'd love to have you for quarter 3 Week Intense. So check it out, get registered, join the community, start shedding some of that stored fat, and get coaching along the way. So it's a wonderful program. But I hope today I helped you understand a little bit more about seeing some tone and definition and where that's coming from and how you achieve it. And let me know, weigh in, any thoughts that you've had, maybe some misconceptions that you believed in the past and that maybe you won't believe moving forward. Don't let the noise of the world and what you hear limit you from achieving your goals. You really do just have to tune it out, walk your own journey, walk your own path. Not everyone is going to be happy for you when you're succeeding. That's okay. Let them. Give them permission. All that matters is the path that you're on, what you would like your physique to look like. And again, you have all the power. I'm just like many of you. I'm in menopause and I can still knock it out of the park because I choose to. I choose my heart. And I have a lot of videos where we talk about choose your heart. You're all well aware, and we'll do a lot of choosing our heart in 3 Week Intense. So I hope you join the community and get some coaching from me and great networking. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you soon. I have an empties video coming up, so that'll be coming, and then some other great content. Be sure to be watching me on Instagram stories where I'm sharing every single day nuggets just like this. All right, take care.